What if I told you that the secret to staying young isn't found in a bottle, a cream, or even a fancy supplement, but in just 5 simple exercises? Science has proven that certain movements don't just keep you fit, they actually reverse the effects of aging at a cellular level. Yet, you heard that right. Your body has the power to turn back the clock. Now, before you think it's too late or too hard, let me stop you right there. These exercises are easy, can be done at home, and they work for any age. Let's start with one of the most powerful anti-aging moves, squats. Research shows that maintaining leg strength is directly linked to longevity. Strong legs mean better balance, better blood flow, and a stronger heart. Just a few squats a day can literally keep you younger for longer. Next, we've got planks. Holding a plank activates multiple muscle groups at once, boosts core stability, and improves posture, helping you move like someone years younger. Then comes walking briskly or light jogging. Studies show that people who regularly walk fast have longer telomeres, the tiny caps on your DNA that shorten as you age. The longer they stay, the younger your cells remain. When we think about aging gracefully, most people immediately focus on their face, their skin, or maybe even their diet. But what if I told you the real secret to longevity is found in your legs? That's right, your legs are more than just a means to move around. They're your body's foundation, your metabolic engine, and one of the strongest indicators of how well you'll age. Science has repeatedly shown that maintaining leg strength is one of the most powerful ways to extend not just your lifespan, but your health span, the number of years you live feeling strong, mobile, and independent. You see, as we age, one of the first things we start to lose is muscle mass, especially in our lower body. The legs contain some of the largest muscles in your body, your quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and glutes. These muscles are responsible for keeping you upright, stabilizing your joints, helping you walk, climb, sit, stand, and even balance. When they start to weaken, it's not just your strength that fades, it's your freedom. Weak legs make everyday movements harder, increase your risk of falls, and slow your circulation. That's why experts say that your leg strength is one of the best predictors of how long you'll live. In fact, studies from leading universities have found that people with stronger legs in midlife tend to have sharper brains, better heart health, and live significantly longer than those with weak lower bodies. Think about it this way, your legs are like the roots of a tree. The stronger they are, the more stable the tree. And if those roots weaken, the entire structure starts to suffer. It's no different for the human body. Strong legs mean a strong foundation for everything else, your balance, your metabolism, your heart, and even your brain. When you work your legs, you're not just toning muscles, you're triggering a chain reaction that affects your entire system. Take blood flow, for example. Your leg muscles act like pumps that help push blood back to the heart. Every time you squat, stand, or walk, those muscles squeeze your veins, improving circulation throughout your body. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your organs, including your brain. That's why people who move often and keep their legs active tend to have clearer thinking, better mood, and even lower risk of cognitive decline. So when we say leg strength equals longevity, we're really talking about keeping your body alive and thriving from the inside out. Now, one of the best and simplest ways to strengthen your legs is through squats. The squat is truly a miracle movement. It's functional, meaning it mimics real life activities like sitting and standing, which we do dozens of times every single day. But beyond that, it's incredibly effective for stimulating your entire lower body. When you squat, you activate your glutes, quads, hamstrings, and even your core. You burn calories, build stability, and promote muscle growth. But here's where it gets really interesting. Scientists have discovered that doing squats regularly can actually reverse some of the cellular markers of aging. When you engage your large muscle groups through movements like squats, your body releases powerful hormones such as growth hormone and testosterone. These are the same hormones that tend to decline with age. They help repair tissues, boost metabolism, and keep your body in a youthful state. So in a very real way, every time you perform a controlled Proper squat, you're signaling your body to stay young. You're teaching your cells to regenerate rather than degenerate. It's not magic. It's biology. Another fascinating aspect of leg training is how it impacts your metabolism. As we get older, one of the reasons people start gaining weight more easily is because their metabolism slows down. That's partly because of muscle loss. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even when you're not moving. The more muscle you have, especially in large areas like your thighs and glutes, the higher your resting metabolism will be. That means your body becomes more efficient at burning fat and maintaining energy levels. By simply maintaining or improving leg strength, you can literally turn your body into a more youthful, calorie-burning machine. But it's not just about physical strength or fat loss. Strong legs have been linked to a stronger heart. Cardiovascular health depends heavily on your ability to move. The more efficiently you move, the better your heart functions. When you train your legs, you're improving blood circulation, lowering blood pressure, and increasing oxygen delivery throughout your body. This not only reduces the risk of heart disease, but also helps your body manage stress better. Movement heals, especially leg movement. And let's not forget about balance. As people age, falls become one of the biggest health risks. A single fall can lead to fractures, long recovery times, or even permanent loss of mobility. That's why maintaining strong legs and a strong core is crucial. Leg exercises like squats, lunges, and even standing on one leg train your stabilizing muscles and improve your proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. This means you move more confidently, react faster, and avoid the stumbles that can cause injuries. Staying on your feet literally keeps you alive longer. Now, here's something most people don't realize. Your legs also play a major role in brain health. In 2018, researchers at King's College London found that leg strength is closely connected to cognitive function. They followed over 300 pairs of twins for 10 years and discovered that the twin with stronger legs at the start of the study maintained better brain function over time. That means the strength in your legs may actually influence how well your brain ages. The theory is that stronger muscles improve blood flow and nutrient delivery to the brain, protecting neurons and supporting memory, focus, and mental clarity. So when you do squats, you're not just building your legs, you're protecting your mind. And there's something deeply psychological about leg training too. When you build lower body strength, you also build confidence. You stand taller, move with more energy, and feel more capable. That mental shift carries into everything you do, your work, your relationships, your motivation to stay active. It's like a feedback loop. Strong legs create a strong mind, and a strong mind keeps your body moving. So, how do you actually put this into practice? You don't need to spend hours at the gym. You can start with bodyweight squats right in your living room. Keep your feet shoulder width apart, push your hips back, and lower down slowly like you're sitting into a chair. Go as low as your mobility allows, then push through your heels to stand back up. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. As you get stronger, you can add variations like holding light weights, trying wall sits, or doing split squats. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. If squats feel too challenging at first, start with sit to stands from a chair. This is a fantastic way to mimic the squat movement safely. Over time, as your legs strengthen, you'll find everyday activities like climbing stairs or getting out of bed feel easier. That's your body literally reversing the signs of aging. Another great addition is walking or stair climbing. Both are natural leg strengthening movements that also boost cardiovascular endurance. Remember, the more you use your legs, the stronger your entire body becomes. Sitting all day is one of the fastest ways to weaken your legs and accelerate aging. Movement is medicine, and your legs are the most important part of that prescription. Now, it's important to mention recovery too. As you train your legs, you're breaking down muscle fibers slightly, which is what triggers growth. But giving them time to rest, stretch, and recover is just as vital. Stretching improves flexibility, reduces soreness, and enhances blood flow. So after every leg session, take a few minutes to stretch your hamstrings, quads, and calves. This not only prevents stiffness, but keeps your muscles young and responsive. Hydration and nutrition play a huge role here as well. Your muscles rely on proper nutrients, especially protein, to repair and grow stronger. So pair your leg workouts with good nutrition. Eat whole foods rich in lean protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats. Think eggs, salmon, beans, leafy greens, and sweet potatoes. These foods support your body's recovery process and fuel your energy for more movement. And here's something inspiring. Many of the world's longest living people, like those in the blue zones, remain physically active every single day, often through natural movements like walking hills, gardening, or squatting close to the ground. They're not in the gym lifting heavy weights. They're just constantly engaging their legs in daily life. It's proof that it's not about intensity, it's about staying consistent and keeping your lower body engaged in simple, functional ways. Your core is so much more than just your abs. It's the center of everything you do, the powerhouse that connects your upper and lower body, and the hidden secret to how young, strong, and balanced you feel. When people think about looking or feeling younger, they often focus on diet, skincare, or cardio. But if your core is weak, it doesn't matter how fit you look. Your body starts to feel older, stiffer, and more fragile. That's because your core is what holds everything together. It stabilizes every movement, supports your spine, keeps your posture upright, and protects your organs. And when that foundation is strong, you don't just move better, you feel younger from the inside out. Now, let's get this straight. Your core isn't just your six-pack. It's a deep network of muscles that wrap around your torso like a natural corset. It includes your abs, obliques, lower back, diaphragm, and even your pelvic muscles. These muscles work together every time you twist, bend, reach, or stand. But as we age, and especially if we sit for long hours, these muscles weaken. That's when problems start showing up: lower back pain, bad posture, slower movement, and a loss of balance. These are the silent signs that your body is aging faster than it should. The good news is there's one incredibly effective science-backed exercise that can rebuild your core strength and help reverse those signs of aging: the plank. It's simple, it requires no equipment, and you can do it anywhere. But don't let its simplicity fool you. The plank is one of the most powerful anti-aging movements out there. When you hold a plank, you're activating not just your abs, but nearly every muscle in your body. Your shoulders, chest, back, glutes, and legs all work together to keep you stable. That full body engagement improves coordination, muscle endurance, and body awareness, all of which decline naturally with age. Let's talk about posture for a second. You know how, as people get older, they start to hunch over a bit. That rounded back, the forward head, the stiff movements, it's one of the clearest physical signs of aging. Most of that comes from a weak core. The muscles that support your spine lose strength, so your body collapses forward to compensate. But when you strengthen your core, you're literally pulling yourself back upright. Your spine realigns, your shoulders open, and your body starts moving the way it's designed to: strong, stable, and balanced. You suddenly feel lighter, taller, and more confident. People might not know why you look younger, but they'll notice something has changed. Planks also do something amazing for your internal health because your core wraps around your midsection. It directly influences how your organs function. When your core is strong, it helps with digestion, breathing, and even circulation. Deep core muscles like the transverse, abdominis, and diaphragm support the natural movement of your lungs and intestines. That means better oxygen flow, more efficient nutrient absorption, and reduced bloating, all of which make your body feel cleaner, fresher, and more youthful. And here's where science gets really fascinating. Studies have shown that core training improves neuromuscular coordination. That's the brain to muscle connection. In other words, when you practice holding your body in a stable position like a plank, you're training your brain to communicate better with your muscles. That sharpens your reflexes, improves balance, and even boosts memory and concentration. So a stronger core doesn't just make your body younger, it keeps your mind sharper too. Aging isn't only about wrinkles or grey hair. It's also about how efficiently your body and brain communicate. The more connected they stay, the younger you feel. Now, the physical benefits go far beyond what most people imagine. When you hold a plank, your core muscles contract isometrically, meaning they engage without changing length. This type of strength training builds endurance, not just brute force. That endurance is what gives you lasting energy throughout the day. People with stronger cores tend to have better posture while sitting, stand for longer without fatigue, and recover faster from exercise. It's like giving your body a structural upgrade. Everything works more smoothly because the center is strong. Think about daily life for a second. Every movement you make relies on your core. Picking up a grocery bag, getting out of bed, reaching for something on a shelf, twisting to look behind you, your core supports it all. When those muscles weaken, you start compensating with your back or hips, leading to pain and stiffness. But when you build your core through consistent planking and related exercises, those everyday movements become effortless again. You move the way you used to, fluidly, without discomfort or hesitation. That's what youth feels like. One of the most overlooked effects of core strength is how it supports your spine. The spine is like the central pillar of your body, and your core muscles are the cables that keep it aligned. A weak core means those cables loosen and your spine takes on more pressure than it should. Over time, this leads to wear and tear, herniated discs, back pain, stiffness. But when your core is strong, it holds your spine in perfect alignment. That not only prevents injury, but also makes you feel more flexible, more mobile, and decades younger. It's the difference between moving with hesitation and moving with confidence. Let's talk about another key aspect, mobility. As we age, joints tend to stiffen and range of motion decreases. But here's the thing, mobility isn't just about your joints. It starts from your core. A strong core stabilizes your movements, allowing your arms and legs to move freely. Imagine trying to swing your arm from a wobbly base. It doesn't feel strong or smooth, but if your core is solid, that same movement becomes powerful and fluid. That's why athletes of all ages focus heavily on core training. It enhances every other physical ability. There's also a hormonal aspect to this. Engaging large muscle groups during core exercises releases growth hormones and testosterone, both of which naturally decline with age. These hormones play a vital role in tissue repair, energy levels, and fat metabolism. So, by training your core, you're also nudging your body to produce more of the same youthful hormones that keep you feeling energetic and vibrant. It's like switching your internal clock back a few years using your own biology. And let's not underestimate the psychological benefits. Doing planks and core exercises builds discipline and mental endurance. Holding a plank for 30 seconds might sound easy, but as those seconds tick by, your mind starts to challenge you. You feel the burn, you start counting breaths, and you push through it anyway. That small act of persistence trains your mind to stay focused and resilient, a skill that carries over into all areas of life. A strong core builds a strong mindset, and a strong mindset is one of the best anti-aging tools you'll ever have. The best part is that you don't need a gym to do this. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough to make a visible difference. Start with a simple forearm plank. Place your elbows under your shoulders. Keep your body straight from head to heels and hold that position. Don't let your hips sag or lift too high. Breathe slowly and evenly. At first, you might only manage 20 or 30 seconds, and that's perfectly fine. Consistency matters far more than duration. Over time, aim to increase your hold to a full minute or more. You can then add variations like side planks to target your obliques or reverse planks to strengthen your back. Each version challenges your muscles in a slightly different way, keeping your progress steady and balanced. If you're someone who sits a lot at a desk, in the car, or even watching TV, then core exercises are non-negotiable. Sitting weakens your abdominal and lower back muscles, tightens your hip flexors, and slows your metabolism. But just a few minutes of core engagement daily can offset those effects. It's like giving your body a daily tune-up, keeping the internal systems young even when your lifestyle is sedentary. Now, Imagine this, you're in your 60s or 70s, and while others around you complain about stiffness or fatigue, you stand tall, move easily, and feel solid from within. That's not luck. It's the result of taking care of your core. You'll notice you breathe better, your digestion improves, and you have a sense of control over your body that most people lose with age. It's not just about strength, it's about stability, confidence, and vitality. And if you ever feel discouraged, remember this: your body responds to movement at any age. It's never too late to start building your core. Even people in their 80s and 90s have shown significant improvements in balance, strength, and energy after just a few weeks of gentle core training. The body is built to adapt. It's waiting for you to challenge it. So every time you drop into a plank, think of it as more than an exercise. It's a message to your body: I'm still strong, I'm still capable, and I'm not slowing down. The core is your center of youth, the anchor that keeps everything aligned, stable, and powerful. When it's strong, you walk taller, breathe deeper, move freer, and age slower. A firm, steady core is the difference between simply growing older and truly staying young. Most people think that staying young means doing something extreme, taking special supplements, following complicated workouts, or chasing expensive treatments. But what if the key to slowing down aging was something as simple and natural as walking? Not sprinting, not high-intensity training, but just walking, consistently, briskly, and with intention. It sounds too easy, right? But science has repeatedly proven that walking, especially brisk walking or light jogging, doesn't just improve fitness. It actually rejuvenates your cells. It can protect your DNA, strengthen your heart, boost your brain, and literally slow down the biological clock inside your body. Let's start with something most people have never even heard of: telomeres. These are tiny caps at the end of your DNA strands, almost like the plastic tips at the ends of shoelaces. Their job is to protect your genetic material from damage. Every time your cells divide, your telomeres get a little shorter, and that shortening process is what causes aging at the cellular level. When telomeres become too short, cells stop dividing. They age, malfunction, and eventually die. So, in a way, telomere length is like a biological marker of how young or old your body really is. Now, here's where walking comes in. Studies from major universities, including Harvard and Stanford, have shown that people who walk briskly for about 30 minutes a day have significantly longer telomeres than those who live sedentary lifestyles. One long-term study even found that brisk walkers have the same biological age as people who are nearly 10 years younger. That means your daily walk could literally be extending your lifespan cell by cell. But why does this happen? When you walk briskly, your body increases oxygen intake, improves blood circulation, and enhances nutrient delivery to every single cell. That flood of oxygen and nutrients helps repair damage and reduce oxidative stress, the buildup of harmful molecules that accelerate aging. Think of walking as a gentle internal detox that clears out old, tired cells and replaces them with healthier, more vibrant ones. The movement itself signals your body to stay young and active at a cellular level, and here's the beauty of it. Walking is something almost everyone can do. It doesn't require fancy equipment, a gym membership, or even a specific skill. You just put one foot in front of the other and go. Yet this simple act triggers some of the most powerful anti-aging responses known to science. Your heart starts pumping more efficiently, your blood sugar levels stabilize, and your brain releases endorphins that lift your mood. That combination of physical and mental renewal makes walking a complete longevity practice. Now, you might be wondering, does it matter how fast or how long you walk? The answer is yes, but it's simpler than you think. Research suggests that the air's pace of your walk might be even more important than the distance. People who walk briskly, meaning you can talk but not sing, tend to live longer than those who stroll casually. The reason is that brisk walking challenges your cardiovascular system just enough to improve endurance, heart health, and metabolism without the stress of intense exercise. In other words, it's the perfect sweet spot between activity and recovery. Another fascinating thing about walking is how it affects your brain. Have you ever noticed how a good walk clears your mind? That's not just in your head. Walking actually increases blood flow to the brain and stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This is a protein that supports the growth and survival of brain cells. It keeps your memory sharp, boosts creativity, and protects against age-related cognitive decline. That's why so many people say their best ideas come while walking, because your brain is literally being recharged. Walking also lowers stress, which is one of the biggest enemies of longevity. When you're under chronic stress, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that accelerates telomere shortening and damages your immune system. A simple daily walk helps bring those cortisol levels down, calming your nervous system and resetting your mood. If you've ever felt your worries start to fade as you walk through a park or along a quiet street, that's your biology responding. Your mind relaxes, your breathing deepens, and your body begins to heal itself from the inside. And don't underestimate the emotional impact. Walking outdoors, especially in nature, exposes you to sunlight and fresh air, both of which are linked to improved mood and better sleep. Sunlight triggers your body to produce vitamin D, a key nutrient for immune health and hormone balance. When your vitamin D levels are optimal, your energy, mood, and overall vitality soar. Combined with the rhythmic movement of walking, your entire system starts functioning like a well-tuned engine. You feel lighter, calmer, and more alive. What's also incredible is how walking supports your metabolic health. Many of the diseases that come with aging, like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, are connected to insulin resistance. Walking after meals helps your muscles absorb glucose more efficiently, preventing blood sugar spikes and keeping your metabolism youthful. Over time, this simple habit can transform your energy levels, keep your weight stable, and drastically reduce your risk of chronic illness. It's not an exaggeration to say that a short walk after lunch or dinner can be one of the most powerful anti-aging tools you'll ever use. Now, if you're thinking you need to spend hours walking to get results, you don't. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day can make a huge difference. The key is consistency. Your body thrives on regular movement. Think of walking as a daily signal to your cells that says, stay active, stay young, keep working. When you walk every day, you're keeping your circulatory, muscular, and nervous systems in sync. And when those systems work smoothly together, aging slows dramatically. Another often overlooked benefit of walking is joint health. Many people assume that running or strength training is necessary for fitness, but walking offers a low-impact alternative that's easier on the knees, hips, and back. Regular walking helps lubricate your joints, strengthen the muscles that support them, and maintain flexibility. This not only prevents stiffness and pain, but also ensures you can stay mobile well into your later years. After all, mobility is independence, and independence is youth. Let's also talk about longevity on a deeper level. In the world's blue zones, where people regularly live past 100, walking isn't just an exercise, it's a way of life. People in these regions walk everywhere, up hills through villages to visit friends. It's built into their daily routines. They're not tracking steps or wearing fitness watches. They're just naturally active. That constant, moderate movement keeps their blood flowing, their muscles engaged, and their minds alert. It's proof that longevity doesn't require intensity, it requires consistency. On a cellular level, walking increases mitochondrial efficiency. Mitochondria are the energy factories inside your cells, and as you age, they tend to slow down. Brisk walking stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, meaning your body creates more of these energy-producing cells. The result, higher energy levels, better endurance, and a body that feels years younger. It's like recharging your internal batteries every time you take a walk. And if you ever needed more motivation, think about this. Researchers have found that people who walk faster not only live longer, but they age slower. Their cells are biologically younger, their hearts stay stronger, and their risk of chronic disease is lower. In one study, people who walked at a brisk pace lived up to 20 years longer than those who walked slowly. That's how powerful this simple habit is. It can literally add decades to your life. What's even better is how walking connects your mind and body. It's one of the most natural forms of moving meditation. The repetitive rhythm of your steps, the sound of your breath, and the motion of your body all work together to create calm. It's mindfulness in motion. This mental clarity lowers inflammation and helps your body regulate stress hormones more effectively. When your stress levels go down, your cells stay healthier and your body stays youthful. So if you want to start reversing aging with walking, make it a ritual. Choose a time every day, maybe early morning or just before sunset, and make it non-negotiable. Walk at a pace that feels strong but comfortable, one where you can feel your heart beating a little faster and your breath deepening. Swing your arms, keep your shoulders relaxed, and let your mind wander. Some people like to listen to music or podcasts, others prefer silence and connection with nature. Whatever makes you consistent, do that. You'll notice the difference sooner than you think. Within a few days, your mood lifts. Within weeks, you'll have more energy and better sleep. And within a few months, your endurance, strength, and even your appearance will change. Your posture improves, your skin glows from better circulation, and your body feels lighter and more capable. That's the visible side of cellular rejuvenation, the external reflection of what's happening deep inside your cells. Walking may seem ordinary, but it's one of the most extraordinary tools for staying young. It's movement designed by nature, supported by science, and available to everyone. You don't have to be an athlete or a fitness expert to benefit. You just have to start and keep going. Every step you take is a small act of renewal, a signal to your body that you're not done growing, not done living, and not ready to slow down. Walking isn't just exercise, it's your daily dose of youth, energy, and vitality. One step at a time. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling light, relaxed, and free in your body. No stiffness, no soreness, just effortless movement. Now imagine carrying that same ease and calmness throughout your day, no matter how stressful life gets. That's not a fantasy. It's exactly what happens when you make flexibility training through yoga and stretching a daily habit. Science shows that flexibility doesn't just make your body limber. It actually helps reverse the internal effects of aging by lowering stress hormones, improving circulation, keeping your joints young, and enhancing your overall sense of well-being. It's one of the most underrated but powerful anti-aging secrets available to every one of us. You see, as we get older, our muscles naturally become tighter. Our joints lose some of their range of motion, and our connective tissues, like tendons and ligaments, become less elastic. That's why movements that once felt easy, like reaching down to tie your shoes or twisting to look behind you, start to feel more difficult. It's not that your body can't move, it's that it's forgotten how to move freely. But the good news is this flexibility can always be restored. The body is designed to adapt and heal. When you consistently stretch and move through full ranges of motion, your muscles lengthen, your joints re-lubricate, and your nervous system relearns what it feels like to move without restriction. And it's not just about physical freedom. One of the most fascinating effects of stretching and yoga is how they influence your internal chemistry, specifically your stress response. Chronic stress is one of the fastest ways to age your body. When you're constantly under pressure, your body releases high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Too much cortisol breaks down muscle, weakens bones, slows metabolism, and even damages collagen in your skin. That's why people who live under constant stress often look and feel older than they are. But here's where flexibility training becomes a form of medicine. Yoga and stretching are proven to lower cortisol levels naturally. When you stretch or move slowly through yoga poses, your breathing deepens. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode that signals to your body that it's safe. In this relaxed state, cortisol production drops, your heart rate steadies, and your blood pressure decreases. Your entire system shifts from survival mode to healing mode. That's when the body starts repairing cells, rebuilding tissue, and restoring balance. In a way, flexibility training tells your body it's okay to relax now. And that shift alone can make you look and feel years younger. Yoga, in particular, goes beyond stretching. It connects your body and mind through breath. Every inhale delivers fresh oxygen to your muscles and brain, while every exhale releases tension. This rhythmic flow reduces inflammation, improves circulation, and clears out toxins that contribute to fatigue and premature aging. Studies have found that people who practice yoga regularly have lower markers of inflammation in their blood, better immune function, and slower cellular aging. Even a few minutes a day can make a difference. Let's talk about how flexibility impacts your joints, because that's another key part of aging. Think of your joints like hinges on a door. When you use them regularly and keep them lubricated, they move smoothly. But if you leave them unused or under stress for too long, they start to creak and stiffen. That's exactly what happens to the human body when we stop stretching. The synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in your joints, starts to decrease and friction builds up. This leads to stiffness, discomfort, and eventually pain. Gentle stretching and yoga poses stimulate the production of that fluid, keeping your joints hydrated and smooth. This simple habit can prevent or even reverse early signs of arthritis and joint degeneration. But flexibility isn't only about muscles and joints, it's about your fascia too. Fascia is a thin web of connective tissue that wraps around every muscle and organ in your body. When you don't move enough or when stress builds up, your fascia tightens and hardens. You feel that as stiffness or even emotional tension stored in your body. Stretching releases that tightness, restores blood flow, and allows energy to move freely again. People often describe this as feeling lighter or more open after a good stretch, and there's real science behind it. The release of tension in the fascia helps calm your nervous system and can even lift your mood. Flexibility work also improves posture, which plays a huge role in how young you look and feel. Over time, sitting for long periods, slouching, or spending hours on devices can pull your spine out of alignment. Your shoulders roll forward, your neck tightens, and your back starts to curve. Not only does this cause pain, but it also compresses your internal organs and limits your lung capacity. You breathe shallower, get tired faster, and your body literally folds in on itself. Stretching and yoga poses like back bends and spinal twists help reverse this. They open up your chest, lengthen your spine, and strengthen the muscles that support good posture. The result: you stand taller, breathe deeper, and move with confidence. All traits that make you appear instantly younger. Flexibility also plays an important role in circulation. When your muscles are flexible, blood flows more efficiently throughout your body. That means more oxygen and nutrients reach your tissues, while waste products like carbon dioxide and lactic acid are removed faster. This improved circulation gives your skin a natural glow, helps your heart stay strong, and even boosts your metabolism. In fact, one of the reasons yoga practitioners often have radiant, youthful skin isn't just the calmness. It's the increased blood flow and detoxification happening on a cellular level. There's also a mental side to flexibility that people often overlook. When you stretch regularly, you're not just loosening your body, you're training your mind to let go. Tight muscles are often a physical manifestation of emotional tension. The body holds stress in areas like the neck, shoulders, and hips. When you stretch those areas mindfully, you release more than just muscle tension. You release emotional buildup too. It's a powerful reminder that the body and mind are deeply connected. People who practice yoga or stretching consistently often report feeling calmer, clearer, and more emotionally balanced. And mental peace, as it turns out, is one of the most beautiful forms of youthfulness. Another benefit of flexibility training is balance and coordination. As we age, balance tends to decline, leading to a higher risk of falls and injuries. Yoga and stretching improve your body's proprioception, its ability to sense where it is in space. That means you react more quickly, move more gracefully, and maintain stability even in unexpected situations. This isn't just about avoiding accidents, it's about maintaining independence as you age. A body that moves smoothly and confidently gives you the freedom to live life fully without fear of limitation. Let's not forget the role of breathing in all of this. Deep, mindful breathing is central to flexibility training, especially in yoga. When you take long, controlled breaths, you're feeding your cells with oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide, and massaging your internal organs. It improves digestion, enhances lung capacity, and even supports your cardiovascular system. The simple act of breathing deeply while stretching signals to your body that everything is okay. Over time, this reduces anxiety, improves sleep quality, and supports overall emotional balance. When you sleep better and stress less, your body heals faster, your skin repairs itself, and your energy levels soar, all of which are key markers of youth. If you're wondering where to start, the answer is start simple. You don't need to twist yourself into advanced yoga poses or spend hours stretching. Even 10 minutes a day can transform how your body feels. Begin with gentle movements, like touching your toes, rotating your neck, or rolling your shoulders. Gradually move into deeper stretches like the seated forward bend or gentle spinal twists. If you prefer yoga, try basic poses such as child's pose, cat-cow, or downward dog. These simple positions work wonders for flexibility and relaxation. The key is consistency, not intensity. It's not about forcing your body to stretch deeper. It's about teaching your body to relax into each movement. When you stretch gently and hold a pose for 20-30 seconds, your muscles gradually release tension and your flexibility increases naturally. Over time, movements that once felt tight or uncomfortable become smooth and effortless. That's your body remembering what youth feels like. And here's something remarkable. Flexibility training actually affects your aging on a cellular level. Research has shown that practices like yoga and deep stretching can increase the activative telomerase, the enzyme responsible for maintaining the length of your telomeres. That means these practices don't just make you feel younger, they can literally make your cells younger too. Combine that with the reduction in stress hormones and the boost in circulation, and you have one of the most powerful natural anti-aging formulas imaginable. Flexibility is freedom. It's the freedom to move without pain, to live without stress, to breathe fully, and to experience life with grace and energy. When your body moves fluidly, your mind follows. It becomes adaptable, open, and calm. You start handling challenges differently, carrying yourself differently, and radiating a calm, confident energy that people notice. That's real youth. Not just in the way you look, but in the way you live. So while the world chases quick fixes and miracle cures for aging, remember this: one of the most effective anti-aging tools requires nothing more than your own body, your breath, and a few minutes of mindful movement. Stretching and yoga reconnect you with yourself. They remind your body how to relax, your muscles how to move, and your heart how to slow down. In that space of stillness and motion combined, you'll find the secret that keeps both body and soul young. A life that feels light, calm, and truly ageless. If there's one thing that truly separates people who age gracefully from those who struggle with fatigue, weakness, and loss of independence, it's muscle. Not creams, not supplements, not trendy detoxes, just strong active muscle tissue. Because here's the truth backed by solid science: muscle is the ultimate anti-ager. It's the engine of your metabolism, the armor that protects your bones and joints, the fountain that keeps your hormones balanced, and the very structure that gives your body its vitality and strength. Without it, every system in your body begins to slow down. But when you build and maintain muscle, especially through resistance training, you're not just shaping your body, you're literally turning back the biological clock. Let's start with what happens to your body as you age. After around age 30, most people begin to lose about 3% to 8% of their muscle mass per decade, and the rate accelerates after 50. This process, called a sarcopenia, is one of the main reasons aging adults feel weaker, slower, and more tired. It's also a key reason metabolism slows down. Muscle burns calories even at rest, so the less muscle you have, the fewer calories you burn throughout the day. That's why people often notice that they gain fat more easily as they get older, even when they eat the same foods. Their metabolic engine is simply shrinking. But here's the good news, Ty. You can absolutely rebuild it. Resistance training, lifting weights, using resistance bands, or even bodyweight exercises signals your body to rebuild and strengthen muscle tissue no matter your age. Studies have shown that even people in their 80s and 90s can gain significant strength and muscle mass with consistent resistance training. When you train your muscles, you're doing much more than shaping your body. You're reshaping your internal health. For one, stronger muscles mean stronger bones. As you contract your muscles during strength training, you create tension on the bones they're attached to. This stress signals your body to lay down new bone tissue, increasing bone density and reducing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. That's why people who lift weights tend to maintain better bone health well into old age. It's your body's natural way of saying, I still need to stay strong. Resistance training also has a profound effect on your metabolism. Each pound of muscle burns roughly 3 times more calories at rest than a pound of fat. So even when you're sitting, sleeping, or watching TV, your muscles are quietly torching energy. Over time, this steady metabolic burn helps you maintain a healthy weight effortlessly. More importantly, it improves your body's insulin sensitivity. Your cells become better at absorbing glucose from your blood, reducing your risk of type 2 diabetes. In fact, strength training is one of the most effective tools for reversing insulin resistance, which is a major driver of aging and chronic disease. Another powerful benefit of building muscle is the hormonal effect. When you engage in resistance exercise, your body releases growth hormone, testosterone, and IGF-1 does insulin, like growth factor 1, all crucial for maintaining youthfulness, muscle repair, and energy levels. These hormones naturally decline with age, but strength training can reignite their production. That's why people who lift regularly often report feeling more energetic, mentally sharper, and even happier. Resistance training also triggers the release of endorphins, the brain's feel-good chemicals, helping reduce anxiety, improve mood, and sharpen focus. So in a very real sense, muscle keeps not just your body young, but your mind too. Now, let's talk about the impact of muscle on inflammation, because chronic inflammation is one of the silent accelerators of aging. The more muscle you have, the better your body handles inflammatory stress. Muscle tissue releases compounds called asmyokines, which act like natural anti-inflammatory agents. These myokines help regulate blood sugar, boost immune function, and even protect your organs from damage. People with more muscle mass have lower levels of systemic inflammation and a reduced risk of heart disease, dementia, and certain cancers. In simple terms, muscle acts like a built-in pharmacy that releases youth-preserving molecules every time you move. But perhaps one of the most overlooked anti-aging effects of muscle is how it supports your balance, posture, and mobility. As we age, falls become one of the leading causes of injury and often a major turning point in a person's independence. Strengthening muscles, especially in your legs, hips, and core, dramatically improves balance and coordination. That means fewer falls, more stability, and more confidence in movement. You're not just stronger, you're more capable, more agile, and more in control of your body. Let's take a moment to look at how this works on a cellular level. When you challenge your muscles with resistance, you cause tiny micro tears in the muscle fibers. Your body then repairs these tears by fusing muscle cells together, creating thicker, stronger fibers. This repair process requires energy, protein, and hormonal support, all of which stimulate your metabolism and cellular renewal. During this rebuilding phase, your mitochondria, the energy factories in your cells, also become more efficient. Research shows that people who engage in regular strength training have healthier, more active mitochondria, which means their cells produce more energy and fewer free radicals. Since mitochondrial decline is a major hallmark of aging, this improvement can literally make your cells behave like those of a much younger person. Another amazing thing about resistance training is its impact on brain health. Studies show that people who lift weights at least twice a week experience improvements in cognitive function, memory, focus. That's partly because resistance exercise increases blood flow to the brain and boosts the release of neurotrophic factors, proteins that support neuron growth and protect against cognitive decline. It's like strength training doesn't just make your body smarter, it makes your brain stronger too. So what kind of resistance training works best for anti-aging? The beauty is that there's no single way. You can choose what fits your lifestyle. Traditional weightlifting, resistance bands, pilates, and even bodyweight movements like squats, Push-ups and planks all count. What matters is that you challenge your muscles enough to stimulate growth. For example, performing squats helps strengthen your legs and glutes, which are crucial for stability and movement. Push-ups and pull-ups target your upper body, keeping your shoulders and arms strong for daily activities. Core-focused exercises like planks protect your spine and posture. Even short, high-intensity resistance workouts done 2 or 3 times a week can yield powerful anti-aging effects. The key is bar's progressive overload, meaning you gradually increase the resistance or difficulty over time. This could be lifting slightly heavier weights, adding more reps, or slowing down your movement to increase tension. Every time you challenge your muscles in a new way, you signal your body to adapt, rebuild, and become stronger. And that's how you keep aging in reverse, by constantly giving your body new reasons to grow. Muscle also influences how you look on the outside. Firm-toned muscles lift and support your body, improving your posture and giving you a more youthful silhouette. They tighten your skin naturally because healthy muscle tone provides structure beneath the skin. That's why people who strength train often look younger, not just because of reduced fat, but because their bodies appear lifted, sculpted, and energized. And let's not forget the emotional and psychological empowerment that comes with building muscle. There's something deeply rewarding about watching your strength grow, lifting something that once felt impossible, or seeing your endurance improve week after week. That sense of progress builds confidence, resilience, and a positive relationship with your body. It's not about looking perfect, it's about feeling capable and alive. That mindset alone is rejuvenating. Here's something else worth mentioning: muscle protects your organs. The stronger your core and torso muscles, the better your internal organs are supported and cushioned. This also aids digestion, circulation, and even respiratory function. A strong body isn't just about appearance, it's a sign of internal harmony. Even your immune system benefits from muscle. During illness or injury, the body draws on stored amino acids in muscle tissue to repair cells and produce immune molecules. That means people with more muscle recover faster and handle stress better. Essentially, muscle acts as a biological savings account that your body taps into during tough times. The beauty of resistance training is that it's adaptable to any age or fitness level. If you're just starting out, you can begin with light weights or resistance bands. Focus on compound movements that work multiple muscle groups at once, like squats, deadlifts, or rows. If you prefer low-impact options, water resistance exercises or chair-based routines are just as effective. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Even a little bit of consistent strength work can trigger big changes in how your body functions. And here's something science keeps confirming: it's never too late to start. In one famous study, elderly participants in their 80s who had never lifted weights before gained over 100% improvement in strength after just a few months of resistance training. Their mobility improved, their balance stabilized, and their overall energy skyrocketed. Muscle doesn't care how old you are. It responds to effort, not age. So when we say muscle is the ultimate anti-ager, it's not just a catchy phrase, it's a physiological truth. Every rep, every lift, every push and pull sends a message to your body: stay strong. Stay young, stay alive. Building and preserving muscle through resistance training isn't about vanity, it's about longevity. It's about moving freely, feeling powerful, and living with vitality for decades to come. Your muscles are your greatest allies in aging well. They hold your energy, protect your bones, stabilize your body, balance your hormones, and even support your brain. Treat them like the priceless resource they are, because when you build muscle, you're not just working out, you're investing in a younger, stronger, more unstoppable version of yourself.